Hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams. Shirley.
It was a quiet night. So quiet. As the night went on at 3 a.m. at apartment Orchid, block 24I, there was a lot of commotion going on in this apartment. It was not as quiet as I described. A man saying, "My wife is in pain, my wife is in pain. She needs help." He was on the telephone screaming for help. "Please help my wife, I am helpless." As he looked at his wife, he tried to lift her up. He couldn't. She needed instant help from the hospital. And so, as he waited, he heard the siren of the ambulance coming, and the neighbors were worried. What was going on in this house? As you can hear, there's a lot of commotion. The wife was screaming in pain. The husband is yelling for help. And so the neighbors came. "Mr. David, do you need some help? We hear commotions. Are you okay, Mr. David?" There was this old lady, neighbor who was staying beside Mr. David's home, who was eager to help them. As she came in, she was helpless, she was old, she couldn't help to lift the wife either. So they waited for the ambulance to come. And the ambulance came, it rushed her to the hospital. And as they went to the hospital, the nurses rushed her to the emergency ward. The husband waited outside. And the old lady accompanied him, brought him hot tea. "Mr. David, have some tea while we wait for your wife." He was so sad, wondering if his wife is going to be better. Is she going to come out of that room? As he waited, tears rolled down his eyes because for 9 months, they have been waiting for a gift of love. The love that they wanted in their lives. But now, with this situation, he's unsure if he's able to get this love with the amount of emotions that were shared by his wife. It was completely abnormal. If you know what I'm describing, she was in labor. So, the doctors came out soon enough. He was hoping for a good news, even though he was broken down with emotions, not sure if his wife survived this labor. As he went to the doctor, he hoped and prayed that he heard the news that his wife survived, and the doctor looked at him and said, "Mr. David, your wife is saved, but I'm sorry you lost your child." That broke his heart so much, but yet he was so grateful and thankful that his wife was okay. He rushed in to see his wife, and he didn't know how to break this news to her because she has decorated the room awaiting for this beautiful gift of love, wanting to have this person in her life. She has decorated, she has painted, she has bought all the baby gifts that she would want to give her child. How would she feel when she knows that she has lost her child? So he went to see her. He held her hand, knowing that she was unconscious, waiting for her to get up in the morning to break this news to her. As he shared this news with her, she felt, why me? Why is it me? Why? I've waited so long. It's been 7 years. We finally got it, but why me? Why is God punishing me? What have I done so wrong? Why? She was so broken down, she couldn't accept this. She left the hospital after a couple of days. As she went to the park, she saw so many kids were playing in the park, as the parents were playing with them, and they were so happy, so cheerful to hear the giggles of the little children. She sat under a tree, having tears in her eyes. Why? Why is it me? was not gifted with a child. I see so many children here, but why me? Suddenly, she saw a little one coming to her and giving her a flower. And she's surprised. She was so surprised. Who is this little one? He was quite muddy, and he was wearing slight torn clothes. But he was wondering, "Are you okay, Auntie? You need a flower?" He proposed with a flower to cheer her up because he had happiness to give her even though he had clothes that were torn. He was just a child that lives on the street, but he has so much love to give. And she looked at him. She was just surprised. She took the flower silently. She just looked away, and soon enough she saw the boy missing. That had made her realize, I am crying here because God didn't give me a gift. But look at this boy. He is alone. He is a survivor. Even though he is sad with torn clothes, she doesn't know where he belongs, where he came from. But yet, he could offer her a flower to cheer her up. So much of love within him. The next day when she came back to the park, she was looking through, who could that boy be? And she saw him sleeping under a tree. That made her feel, sometimes in life, you do not get what you want because God has other plans for you. That boy was an orphan. He was sleeping on the streets. While she was a person who wants a child. That's a blessing. That's a gift that God has given you to embrace him. And she thought, how could she give him a life? How could she bring him into her life? And she went to the little boy. Would you like to go and have a meal with me? She asked him. The little boy looked at her so excitedly. A meal? Would you like to have a meal with me? He was so excited. Can I have McDonald's? There's a McDonald's over there! And the boy was so excited. And she felt this is the time that she could give a little gift to this little boy. And there you go, there was a beautiful bond that was created. Every day, she would bring a basket of fruit, a basket of food for the little boy. And soon enough, she took him home to introduce him to her husband. And the husband saw the love and the connection between them. And he knew that that was the gift of love that they were searching for, a family. And the little boy enlightened their lives. And that was the happy ending of their love. Thank you.
Salah Encik.